Welcome, Agile friends. My name is Vasco Duarte, and I'm hosting this talk with our amazing speaker, Wes Bush, who's the author of Product-Led Growth, the book, and also the owner of Product-Led, a company specializing in product-led growth approaches. So welcome to our summit, Wes.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to dig into all things product-led growth.
Absolutely. We also have other sessions talking about growing your product and supporting your role as a product owner. So check them out at productownersummit.org. But now let's focus on Wes and product-led growth. So Wes, you wrote the book literally on product-led growth. That's the name of the book. We'll put the link also below the video so that everybody can go and check it out. Before we dive into what it is, walk us through your epiphany moment. We really want to dive into what you were struggling with, the things you were looking for that triggered your research and ultimately the ideas behind the book you wrote and product-led growth strategies in themselves.
Totally. It's a long story, but I'll give you the short version. So I was working about 7 years ago at B2B SaaS companies, and I was just focused on digital marketing, demand generation for these companies. So I was getting leads for the sales team. And so the whole approach was very expensive. Like I was working at a venture-backed company. I was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars promoting white papers and guides. And then I was always just having conversations with the sales team and being like, hey, like, are these leads any good? I don't know. And a lot of them conversations were like, yeah, there's a lot of resistance. They don't really want to talk to us. I was like, no surprise there. But yeah. And when we decided, okay, like let's think about our go-to-market strategy a bit differently, we launched a free trial at that same company. It actually bombed. The first version, it wasn't that successful. And so like, there's something like missing. What's going on here? And then we launched this freemium product called Viewed It at that time. Now it's just part of Vidyard Free, but it went from like 0 to 100,000 users very quickly. And it was just like that epiphany for me was like, wow, there's like this easier way to grow that's actually more in alignment with how I buy products. I like to try them. I like to see what it's all about and then make a purchasing decision based on that. And then there was this other way, which was just like, it was like pushing a rock up a hill and we were just getting like, tons of leads. But at the same time, it's like the conversion rate was just god awful. So I was just like, okay, there's this easy way, there's this hard way. But at that time, there was like literally nothing kind of written about it. There was other companies that definitely had free models at that time too. But after Vidyard, I started doing consulting and I was doing demand generation, digital marketing, same thing as I was doing there. But I started to ask a lot of the founders and the VPs of marketing that I was working with and just being like, hey, like the leads I send, what's happening to them? Even if they sign up for your free offer, like what's going on there? And it was really eye-opening because a lot of times there was like, oh, we don't know, or we actually don't have good data on that. And I was like, what percentage of people are like coming back? Because I want to know at the end of the day, is like what I'm promoting, is that hitting home for people? Are they actually sticky? Or is it actually worth your investment? And so what ended up happening was I had this skill of like conversion rate optimization, and I just started applying it to like, okay, like let's look at your funnel beyond just like the sign up page. Let's go a step deeper. Let's see, okay, yeah, like what's happening here. And what often would happen is like, it was this blank box free trial experience where it was like, hey, yeah, we have a free option, check the box on that. Yet there was no focus on it. There was no owner as far as like, how are people getting to value? And then what I noticed in the pattern that kind of prompted the book too, was just people were, when they got to value, their odds of actually upgrading skyrocketed. And every time I applied this, I was like, oh,
tell me a
okay.
little bit more. What is this get to value? What do you mean precisely?
Yeah, so it's different for every product, but whenever you experience at least a micro part of the value proposition, so like every company has a value prop, but it's like, what's the promise? And then, oh, okay, I actually got to experience that value. And value is like for Canva, could be like as simple as like, I created a graphic or I created a poster or something like that. But it's like, it's tangible. It's not like you created like this whole presentation or something like that. Maybe it is, but it's something small.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were working with sales, trying to generate leads or generating demand